Today we're talking about how I managed to get £642 coming into my account this month because I am unemployed in the UK. The struggle, the stress, the patience, the waiting, and finally, thank you so much for the call.
It's been lovely speaking to you.
Bye-bye. And this is because of coronavirus. This is universal credit. That's what we're going to be talking about today. First time I applied, I was 140,000 in line just to get my identity check, not even inside the thing. So there's 5 steps to claiming universal credit. If you haven't watched my old videos, I talk about having an emergency fund. This is very, very important. You should always have 3 months worth of your expenses. If there's a coronavirus or another virus in the future and you find yourself unemployed like me, you're able to survive for at least 3 months. The usual amount for benefits is £342, so why am I getting £642 instead? Your money double. We're gonna talk about that all in the channel, so stay tuned. So I came back from 5 months of traveling and found myself unemployed as I expected, and I was like, I'll just get a job when I come back, super easy. As soon as I came back, the government said lockdown, stay in your homes. I can't be employed in my home. I tried to apply for the emergency jobs like working in Aldi, Coop, Tesco's. I'll admit it, I got rejected. Apparently I'm not qualified enough. So I was in a situation which is very new to me where I don't have a proper income. I have other small side incomes, but this is the main big one was gone for me. But luckily, because if you haven't watched my old videos, I talk about having an emergency fund. This is very, very important. You should always have 3 months worth of your expenses in your bank account. This way it means that if there's a coronavirus and you find yourself unemployed like me, you're able to survive for at least 3 months, and that's hopefully by then it's going to be finished. I guess it's very important. If you don't have one, work to having one. But still, I need more money because I don't want to live off it and finish it. What can I do? Universal credit. So I would have been working somewhere, making this cash, saving money to travel, etc. But no, I am now humbly waiting for some benefits. I'm gonna call it benefits money from the government. If you are recently unemployed, I have a friend actually who just lost his job, and he said that yeah, he's unemployed now. And I was like, did you apply for the universal credit, the benefits? He's like, no, I haven't done that yet. Oh, I'm struggling. You can't do that. If you're in the UK, there's a great privilege that we have actually, that our government got steps put so that we can actually be financially secure even during times like these. So what are these 5 steps I'm talking about? Step number 1 is, am I eligible? Am I able to get this benefit? If you're not, there's many other types of help available if you are finding yourself in a financial situation that is, not ideal. The second step, I know it's not straight, okay? I can see that, is identity check. This is once you get into the eligible bit and you do the stuff to show that you are eligible. There's a few steps, you can talk about that, your face looks like this, then you do that, and it's just so much drama. The third step is patience. There is so much patience involved.
One morning I called the Universal Credit helpline 72 times without getting through once. And even just that, the strain that it has on your mental health is just horrible.
From the first day I applied to the day I actually got the phone call, there was a 3-week gap before I got it. But the fact that it says to you when you've logged into it, okay, it will take us 3 days for us to do this, or 2 hours, and then it takes 2 days, and then it takes this and this and this. Patience is involved. So the 4th step, I didn't even write journal correctly, okay? But it's once you get into the identity check and you're patient, you're finally into the credit section, you will have your nice journal. It's like a nice place you log into and you see your progress and stuff like that. And this is the step which is very important. This is where you communicate with the people, the credit people. So that's the 4th step. Okay, and the last step is the final phone call and getting your money. This is that video of me just being super happy. That's perfect. Thank you so much for the call.
It's been lovely speaking to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, this is beautiful. This is sensational. I'm gonna play some songs. The struggle, the stress, the patience, the waiting, and finally she's like, tomorrow your money's gonna drop. What is the criteria to get universal credit? You have to be on low income or out of work. I am out of work. You're 18 or over. If you're under that, maybe you're 16 or 17. I think if you've got disability or you're helping other your family or stuff, there's exceptions, but you have to be 18 or over. You're under the state pension age, so definitely not a pensioner, so it's okay. And also reading here, you and your partner have £16,000 or less in your savings account. I do not have that. And you live in the UK. So if you tick these boxes, ting, then you can go on and straight for the application. Once you go onto the website and type in gov.uk universal credit, you sign in and you say this is it. This bit takes about at the most 3 to 4 minutes to fill in. Once that's done, it asks you, do you have a government verified identity check? I think just living normally in the UK, you don't need to have these things. You don't need to have this government portal verified thing. So for me, it was a new thing to do. This bit was the most painful because they usually have, I don't know how many people they usually have per week, but all of a sudden, if you saw the Guardian article, there was 500,000 people applying for it, like, just like that. And I was one of them. I was like, yes, I need money. I'm broke. I'm broke. Nobody wants to employ me. So yes, identity check does take a bit of time, and so it also needs patience. Okay, that's step 3. I'm going to log into right now into my journal so you can see the steps and the time that it took, like in real life. So this is a bit of my own personal journey. I applied on the 25th of March. This is when I first did the can I get it and wrote that sort of stuff. So yeah, they asked me things like who lives with you, what are my bank account, do I have any children, do I have any house, you know, any rent and stuff. All of these was no. But if you do have these, I think your money can actually be more than mine. I only get the minimum, which is £342 because I am under 25. If you're over 25, I think it's like £409. But yeah, and then I was told to do an identity check. So yeah, as you can see, I applied on the 25th of March. But I only got my identity done on the 2nd of April. So this is 8 days for someone simply putting in their passport photo, putting their face, and someone checking it. Because there's so many people, it just took them for so long. And I understand, I'm not stressing about it. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of patience involved. It took me 8 days. And it's like, the first day I did it, it said to me, okay, we'll check your identity in 2 hours. After 2 hours, it's still just saying 2 hours. And I'm like, okay then. And then it's like, wow, the next day it says, now it takes 36 hours. And I'm like, okay. And then it says 4 days, 3 days, 2 days. In the end, I just gave up on it and I just lived my life. And all of a sudden, I got a message saying identity has been confirmed. So I just forgot about it. Just forget about it, okay? Just wait for it patiently. And to even get the identity section, I forgot to say that I was number 140,000 in the line. There's a lot of people applying for this. So again, patience. 140,000 in line. I was waiting. I made a mistake, refreshed the page. I think I was like 90,000. Refreshed the page by mistake. Back to 130k. Patience is very much involved. So we got the identity check. We've got a lot of patience now. We're ready for on the journal. Once I got the journal, on the 3rd of April, I called them early, you know, because you need to do an interview. So before the virus, you have to actually go to the job centre place itself and then get help. But because of now, you just have to make a phone call. And I was like calling and I was like, yo, you want to answer the phone? And they were not trying to answer their phones because they're so busy. And I just messaged them because I don't have time for this drama. I was like, I tried calling a couple of times for the appointment, wondering if you're going to call back or should I keep trying? And she said to me very quickly, hi, a work coach will contact you as soon as they can and they'll make the appointment. So I was like, that's great. So I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to sit at home and again, have patience and wait. And so I waited from the 2nd of April, the 3rd of April to the 15th of April. That is 12 days. I was just living my life, watching movies, trying to get more jobs, being rejected. Just 12 days I waited. And on the 12th day, I was just in my home, just lying on my bed. I saw a call that said unknown. I know they used the number said unknown. And I was like, no way, what is this? So I was so excited. I was like, hello, this is Laureate with Rebecca speaking. And she was like, from the job centre. I was like, yes, yes, finally. Finally, this is happening. So yeah, so finally this was happening. I was so happy because I knew that my journey was finally over and this whole entire nonsense stress, I was not gonna be able to get some extra money to help me out, to add to my emergency fund, all the bills that I do have to pay. I do have some bills I need to pay, so that's gonna go just towards those bills. The phone call was great. The phone call was very quick, very easy. She was confirming, are you Laureate? The usual amount for benefits for someone my age is £342, so why am I getting £642 instead? This is because I applied for something called an advance. I didn't even like think about it. I knew it was there. I didn't really want it, but she was actually like kind of like coercing me to get one. And I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll get one if you want. So this is where you can get money before the actual date. So my first date for the £342 is the 1st of May, but this is quite far because remember this was like, well, this was 15 April. Some people, this is a lot. They don't have any emergency fund, which is understandable, and so they need money now. Food cannot wait for those 2 weeks. They offer you an emergency advance. This is where you can actually take up to the amount of money that you're gonna get the first day as kind of like a loan-ish, and you pay it back. You can pay it over 1 month or 12 months. It's up to you. And they'll just take it off from your you know, as a credit. And also once you get employed, it just automatically comes off that as well if you know, leave universal credit before that. But yes, so I'm happy knowing that this month I'll have £642 into my account while I'm actually sitting at home unemployed, begging these people to give me a job, and they don't want me. I'm like, look at me, give me a job. But obviously, like, I get it, it's a very difficult time. It's fine, It's okay. I'll be okay. But I hope you guys learned a thing or two about universal credit if you do not know about it. And definitely, if you are in the UK, there's so many options available to reduce the financial strain on your brain during coronavirus. All you have to do is just type in gov.uk and check them out. But financially, it has been a hard hitter for a lot of people, a lot of stocks. I don't have any stocks, but I know I see your stocks. Just, yeah. If you're not from the UK, I've got a lot of African supporters, you know what he's saying, America, wherever you are. But I think it is interesting to learn about how other governments are helping, you know, their citizens. In my country, Zimbabwe, where I was born, I don't think we're doing anything besides just saying them stay inside, stay indoors, and it's not, you know. Rwanda, for example, I know that you guys are not paying your MPs, the government, for the whole entire month of April, and using that money towards, you know, the welfare of your country, which is amazing. America, I think you guys had this $1,200 stimulus package for some people, and you are considering making a new $2,000 per month for 6 months. This was emergency act for money, emergency money act, emergency something.